I have created a South American Super League in Football Manager, featuring all of the biggest clubs of the continent. Simulating 50 seasons into the future, which club will win the most trophies and be crowned the best club of South America. Hey, how's it going, and welcome to this FM24 video where I've created a South American Super League featuring 60 teams in total, over 8 different countries as well. As you can see, the South American Super League only has 20 teams in it. That is because we have also got a South American First League and a South American Second League as well. We'll go into those two in more detail in a second, but we'll focus on the South American Super League. For this video here today as well, I've taken over the Brazilian league system. So we've got 3 divisions. All with 20 teams in the league as well. As you can see from the from the Super League here, 4 teams get relegated every single season as well. So hopefully many of these clubs will get a chance to compete in the Super League and even potentially win it as well. First things first, we've got 15 Brazilian teams in the Super League, 4 Argentinian teams, and just 1 Chilean team makes the list as well in Colo Colo. To avoid any controversy, I have sorted out the league system purely on the club's reputation. So the 20 biggest clubs in South America, according to the Football Manager's reputation here, are the 20 teams in the Super League, and so on and so forth in the First League and Second League as well. So the 6 biggest teams are Brazilian of South America here. And we look at the club reputation here. Those 6 big teams are Flamengo, Palmeiras, Atlético Mineiro, Fluminense, Corinthians, and Sao Paulo. After that, you get the 2 big Argentinian teams, of course, Boca Juniors and River Plate, followed by a whole host of more Brazilian teams. And the next biggest club after the Brazilian Argentinian teams are, of course, Colo Colo from Chile. And the next biggest after that is Atlético Nacional from Colombia. So it's going to be hard to look past the Brazilian team or one of the 2 biggest Argentinian teams of winning the video here, going 50 seasons into the future, and we'll see which club wins the most trophies come end of the video. But it'd be hard to look past these top 8 clubs here, as I just mentioned, the top 6 Brazilian teams plus Boca Juniors and River Plate, of course. But maybe we might get a surprise or 2 in the video. Who knows? Colo Colo could be the dominant force, or a team I haven't even mentioned, such as Barcelona SC from Ecuador, Nacional from Uruguay as well. It's just, the possibilities are endless with this video here today. And also, from the 60 teams that feature in this video, 57 of them have a continental reputation. So it is quite tight, the clubs in South America, in terms of the reputation. The top 8 clubs as well, by the way, are the top 8 clubs with a 4-star reputation. The clubs after that have 3.5 stars. But still, in South America here, we have teams with a 3-star reputation, still considered continental. And the 3 smallest teams of the video who only have national reputation are Huracan, Juventude, and Melgar as well. So yeah, it's a very competitive league system, we shall say, here in the South American Super League. But the top 6 teams, or the top 8 teams, shall I say, are the teams who definitely stand out. So of the Super League, of course, the Brazilian teams definitely stand out. They dominate the Super League at the start here. 15 Brazilian teams in total competing in the Super League. If we go down to the First League, though, a lot more nations on show here, such as Alianza from Peru, America de Cali and Atlético Nacional, both from Colombia. We've got Barcelona SC from Ecuador as well. Emelec, I think, from Ecuador as well. So yeah, a lot of different nations on show here in the First League, In the South American Second League, again, another 20 teams. But again, got more nations on show. Nacional and Peñarol, the 2 biggest clubs from Uruguay, are featured in this league here today. We've also got Universidad de Chile in here as well. So 3 league systems going to be very, very interesting. Also get 4 teams relegated from the Second League every single season. So we may see some teams fall out of the league system entirely throughout the entire video. Hopefully it doesn't happen too severe like that, but it is possible that it might happen. Along with the 3 leagues we've also got the South American Cup, which is, of course, was the Brazilian Cup at the start of the video here, but I've changed it to the South American Cup. So that should be interesting to see what teams can win this. It might be unlikely for any other team, for any other nation apart from Brazil or Argentina, to win the Super League, but we could see a host of different winners here in the South American Cup. Hopefully that does happen. And also we have the South American Super Cup, which will feature the 2 teams who win both the league and the cup every single season. So we've got 3 trophies to keep an eye on here today. Of course, the First League and Second League won't be featuring too much about that. It's just a great league system to have. Anyway, in this video, going 50 seasons into the future at 5 season intervals. So let's go forward now 5 seasons into the future and let's see who the early dominant force is. Well, after 5 seasons, we now have only 7 teams with a 4-star reputation. 6 of them, though, are Brazilian. Palmeiras are rated as the biggest team in South America at the moment, followed closely by Flamengo. And Boca Juniors from Argentina are now ranked as the 3rd biggest club in South America. Their fierce rivals River have had their reputation drop slightly in the last 5 seasons. Also, Corinthians have fallen down a little bit as well in the last 5 seasons. But of course, not too many changes in the first 5 seasons here. But Palmeiras are now ranked as the biggest club in South America, and Boca Juniors have climbed up to be 3rd. And in terms of the dominant force in the first 5 seasons, that has to go to Palmeiras. They have won 2 of the first 5 Super League titles. Also, Atlético Mineiro and Botafogo from Brazil both won a title as well. And Boca Juniors from Argentina also won the Super League in 2025. So it's nice to see that already an Argentinian team has won a Super League. But I have to be honest, I wasn't really too fearful of that in the video. Boca Juniors and River Plate are, of course, 2 massive clubs. But in the early stages here, Palmeiras have won 2 of the first 5 Super Leagues. Unfortunately, looking at the actual league table here, Colo-Colo from Chile have fallen out of the Super League. And we only had one team from another nation in here, América de Cali from Colombia. But they finished rock bottom with only 19 points. So they have fallen out of the Super League as well. In terms of the South American Cup, though, the dominant force in that has been Flamengo. Flamengo have actually won 3 of the first 5 South American Cups. Corinthians have also won 1 in 2024. And Palmeiras are the latest winners in 2027. And in terms of the South American Super Cup, we have 5 different winners of that competition. We've got Flamengo, Palmeiras, Corinthians, Boca, and Botafogo, who have all won a South American Super Cup so far. But the early dominant force so far, well, there's 2 teams who have both won 4 trophies. They are Palmeiras and Flamengo. Palmeiras have won 2 Super Leagues, 1 South American Cup, and 1 Super Cup, while Flamengo have won 3 South American Cups and 1 Super Cup as well. So Palmeiras are on top at the moment because they've won 2 Super League titles, but Flamengo have been an early dominant force in the South American Cup. Let's go forward now another 5 seasons into the future. Will Palmeiras and Flamengo still be on top in the video? 10 seasons in and we have a new team at the top in terms of the reputation, and that is Flamengo. Flamengo are top of the list. We've actually only got 4 teams now with a 4-star reputation. We started off the video with 8, of course, so that's fallen down quite significantly, really. Boca Juniors of Argentina are now rated as the 2nd biggest club in South America here, followed by Atlético Mineiro and Palmeiras as well. América de Cali from Colombia are the biggest club outside of Brazil and Argentina, but unfortunately they're still sitting in the first league at the moment. In terms of big fallers in terms of reputation, well, Corinthians are probably the biggest fallers so far, down to a 3-star reputation. And as you can see as well, only about 20 clubs now have a continental reputation, where at the start of the video it was 57. So lots of teams are taking a hit in terms of reputation, but the biggest fallers so far seem to be Corinthians, who of course are a very big Brazilian team. Unfortunately, looking down at the lower teams of the video, had quite a few teams drop out of the league system altogether, unfortunately, such as Independiente del Valle, Independiente Medellin as well, Argentinos Juniors, Diego Maradona's club, of course, Crystal, Libertad, Penarol, Olympia. So, unfortunately for us, a lot of teams fall out of the league system altogether. But of course, we're going to have some teams who are going to fail miserably. We're also going to have some teams who will exceed expectations, hopefully. Well, in terms of the Super League, we have a new dominant force, and that is Flamengo. They didn't win a Super League in the first 6 seasons, but after that, they have won 4 in a row from 2029 to 2032. So a real dominant force for Flamengo in the last 4 seasons. Palmeiras made it back-to-back league titles, though, in 2027, 2028, but Flamengo have won 4 in a row. Unfortunately, looking at the league table here as well, only Brazilian and Argentinian teams in the Super League. In terms of the South American Cup, well, Flamengo won it in 2032, completing a double in the most recent season. Palmeiras won it in 2031. Fluminense, Flamengo's fierce rivals, made it back-to-back South American Cups in 2029 and 2030, and Boca Juniors won it in 2028. And in terms of the South American Super Cup, Palmeiras won that in 2028, Boca won it for the 2nd time in 2029, and Flamengo have won it 3 seasons in a row, from 2030 to 2032. So I think it's safe to say that Flamengo are now on top in terms of trophies won in the video. Well, after 10 seasons, we've got Boca Juniors in 3rd place with 4 trophies won so far. Palmeiras in 2nd place with 7 trophies won, but Flamengo, a little bit of distance between them and Palmeiras, with 12 trophies won so far after winning 4 Super Leagues and 3 Super Cups in a row. Will Flamengo continue their domination after 15 seasons? Well, after 15 seasons, we have a new team at top in terms of the reputation, and it's Internacional who are top of the South America at the moment with a 4-star reputation. Other 4-star rep teams are Palmeiras, Flamengo, River Plate, and Sao Paulo. So yeah, quite a little bit of changes here in terms of the biggest clubs in South America. Boca Juniors have fallen down a little bit, only to a 3.5-star reputation now. Same with Atlético Mineiro as well. And Internacional coming out of nowhere to top the list here. And River Plate are now the biggest club in Argentina. The biggest club outside of Brazil and Argentina is now Alianza, who originate from Peru, I believe. They are the biggest club outside those two countries. In terms of big fallers, well, Colo Colo not doing too well now with a 3-star reputation down here. Also Corinthians. Corinthians are doing terribly. Corinthians are now in the 3rd tier with a 2.5-star reputation, so not a good start to the video for Corinthians, unfortunately. Also, RB Bragantino with a rapid fall as well. Not quite as rapid as Corinthians, of course. And in terms of the Uruguayan teams, well, that's really unfortunate. Nacional and Penarol are both outside of the league systems here in South America, unfortunately. But at the moment, we're all talking about Internacional. They're top in terms of the list of the reputation, so surely they've won a Super League in the last 5 seasons. They have, because they won it in 2035. Flamengo, by the way, made it 5 seasons in a row, though, winning it for the 5th time in 2033. After that, River Plate won their first Super League title in 2034. Palmeiras won it for the 4th time in 2036. And also, Atlético Paranaense are the latest winners, winning it for the 1st time in 2037. Also, in this season just gone, we had 2 teams outside of Brazil and Argentina. That is América de Cali, who have been relegated again, unfortunately. But Alianza just survived this season, so we're still going to get a Peruvian representative for the following season, which is nice. Well, in terms of the South American Cup, we've had 5 different winners over the last 5 seasons. Botafogo won it in 2033, followed by Internacional. Flamengo won it in 2035. Vasco da Gama with their first trophy in 2036. And Sao Paulo won it in 2037 as well. In terms of the South American Super Cup, Vasco da Gama won that as well in 2033. Flamengo won it 2 more times in 34 and 36. River Plate won it in 2035. And the latest winners are Palmeiras in 2037. So not really a dominant force over the last 5 seasons, although Internacional are now the biggest club in South America according to the reputation. Will that still be the case after 20 seasons? Well, another 5 seasons gone, Internacional are still the biggest club in South America. Unfortunately, though, there's only 2 teams now with a 4-star reputation. And a little bit surprising as well, Internacional and Sao Paulo are the only 2 clubs with a 4-star reputation. They are 2 massive clubs in Brazil, but not 2 of the biggest, I'd say. So to see them 2 leading the reputation, a little bit surprising, but not too surprising. Following them, though, we've got 2 more Brazilian teams, Flamengo and Palmeiras. River Plate are still the biggest club in Argentina at the moment, but they're getting closed down rapidly by Boca Juniors, Estudiantes, and Racing Club. So yeah, a little bit of an Argentinian battle going on here for the biggest club in Argentina, and also not too far away from being the biggest club in South America, so that is heating up a little bit there. The biggest club outside of Argentina and Brazil are Atlético Nacional now, followed closely by América de Cali and also Universidad Católica from Chile as well. Corinthians are still doing absolutely terribly with their reputation. Still only a 2.5-star reputation team, but they are back in the 2nd tier, fortunately for them. Can we see a massive comeback from Corinthians in the video? There's plenty of time left to go. They can do it, but not doing too well as of now. Still got loads of teams that have fallen out of the league system, unfortunately, including Nacional from Uruguay, of course. Also, Universidad de Chile have fallen out of the league system altogether as well. So a lot of teams aren't doing particularly very well, but that is to be expected in a new league system. And also with so many teams in this league as well. But some teams are thriving at the moment, and one of those teams is Internacional. They've only won 1 Super League so far. Had they added to their tally? They have, because they made it 3 Super Leagues in a row, Internacional, from 2039 to 2041. That's now 4 they've lifted in total now, so they're doing really well. Palmeiras, though, have added another one to their list in 2038. And Vasco da Gama won the latest Super League in 2042. So, after Internacional winning 3 Super Leagues in a row, it's actually heating up a little bit in terms of who won the most Super League titles. We've got Internacional, won 4 now, of course, in 3rd place. And then we've got Flamengo and Palmeiras, both in joint 1st place with 5 Super League titles to their name. Flamengo have gone almost 10 seasons without winning a Super League title after winning 5 in a row. So, Flamengo have gone relatively quiet, where Palmeiras seem to be more consistent, seem to be chipping in with Super Leagues here and there, and growing their tally, where Flamengo had a massive purple patch in the late 2020s, early 2030s. In terms of the South American Cup, well, the latest dominant force in that have been Sao Paulo. They've won two more South American Cups in 2039 and 2040. They made it 3 out of 4 seasons there, though. Atlético Mineiro won it in 2038, and the latest 2 winners have been Internacional and Flamengo in 2042. In the South American Super Cup, well, Sao Paulo made it back-to-back wins in 2040 and 2041. Atlético Paranaense won it in 2038. Atlético Mineiro in 2039, and Internacional won the latest competition in 2042. Well, after 20 seasons, the top 3 teams in terms of trophy won are all Brazilian now. Internacional are in 3rd place with 7 trophies in total. Palmeiras in 2nd place with 10 trophies. But way out in 1st place, despite not doing too well over the last 5 or 10 seasons, are Flamengo, who have won 17 trophies in total, including 5 Super Leagues as well. So Flamengo are still on top in terms of trophies won, but they are being chased down by Palmeiras and Internacional. Going forward now to 25 seasons into the future, can we see another club be the dominant force? 25 seasons played now, and we've knocked Internacional off the top in terms of the reputation. It's the first time we have a non-Brazilian team at top in terms of reputation, and it is River Plate with a 4-star reputation, followed closely by Sao Paulo and Internacional. It says that Flamengo are higher than Internacional despite having a 3.5-star reputation, and Internacional 4 stars, so we'll count Flamengo in there as well. Also, Palmeiras still at the top in terms of the top 5. Atlético Mineiro and Boca Juniors up there as well. So these teams have stayed relatively close to the top of the list the entire video, I'd say, so far. Curitiba are quite a big climber, up there in 8th position, also from Brazil, of course. Also, RB Bragantino have had quite a rapid rise over the last 5 seasons, up there in the top 12 or so now. Vasco da Gama, who won quite a few trophies in the last 5-10 seasons, have actually had quite a disappointing fall at the moment, unfortunately. And in terms of the biggest club outside of Brazil and Argentina, that goes to Atlético Nacional now of Colombia with a 3-star reputation. But on top are an Argentinian team for the first time in River Plate. And River Plate have won the most Super League titles in the last 5 seasons. They have won 2 in 2043 and 2046. Also, Flamengo made it 6 for them in 2044. Palmeiras matched them just a year later with their 6th in 2045. And Sao Paulo won their 1st Super League of the video in 2047. If we look at the league table here as well, unfortunately we've got no teams out of Brazil or Argentina in the Super League at the moment. And also look at that, Vasco da Gama, who won a Super League only 5 seasons ago, have been relegated to the 1st League. So quite a rapid fall from them, unfortunately. And look at Boca Juniors, only just surviving relegation by 5 points, along with Fluminense and Santos as well. So some of these big teams are not doing very well. Boca Juniors were an early dominant force, but they're almost being relegated to the 2nd division. And also Vasco da Gama, who only won a Super League only 5 years ago, have just been relegated to the 2nd division. So a lot of controversy going on about here in the Super League. Sao Paulo have won the latest competition though. In terms of the South American Cup, we've had 5 different winners of that over the last 5 seasons. River Plate won it in 2043. PON, who I think are Ponte Preta, not meant to be featuring here today, but nonetheless they chipped in with a Brazilian Cup, or South American Cup should I say, in 2044. Sao Paulo won it in 2045, followed by Internacional in 46, and Curitiba have won their 1st trophy of the video in 2047. In terms of the South American Super Cup, well, Flamengo have won 2 more in 43 and 45. Sao Paulo won it in 2044, and Palmeiras and River Plate are the 2 latest winners of the competition. So, not really a dominant force over the last 5 seasons, although the team who has won the most trophies, I believe, or won the most Super Leagues at least, are River Plate, and they are on top in terms of the reputation. Will that still be the case after 5 more seasons? Before we go any further with this video though guys, please remember that if you do like this video, hit that like button for me. It's very important for the video's success. And also if you're new around here and you want to see more videos like this, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out and it's much appreciated. So after 30 seasons now, and River Plate are still on top in terms of the reputation. They're actually the only 4-star reputation team left in the video at the moment. So River Plate are the best team in South America. Followed by Atlético Mineiro, Flamengo and Sao Paulo. And the 2nd biggest Argentinian team now are Rosario Central. Internacional and Palmeiras are actually fallen down quite a little bit over the last 5-10 seasons. And the biggest team outside of Brazil and Argentina are Universidad Católica from Chile. Also, look at Boca Juniors. What a rapid fall from them. They're almost falling off the 1st page here. They're still in the Super League for now, I believe, but only a 3-star reputation. Also had Vasco da Gama, Botafogo, Fluminense as well, all fallen down over the last 5-10 seasons, along with Vasco da Gama as well, of course. But no one has fallen quite as rapid as Corinthians. They are down in the South American Second League, the third tier, with only a 2.5-star reputation. So Corinthians are doing very, very poorly indeed, and are definitely under threat in terms of actually falling out the league system altogether. Well, River Plate are on top in terms of reputation, but they haven't been the most dominant force in the Super League. They actually haven't even been the most dominant Argentinian force in the Super League over the last 5 seasons, because that goes to Rosario Central, who actually won it 3 seasons in a row, from 2048 to 2050. So out of nowhere, Rosario Central winning 3 Super Leagues in a row. River Plate made it 4 Argentinian winners in a row though in 2051, and Atletico Mineiro won another Super League in 2052. What makes it even more impressive is the fact that Rosario Central only won the South American First League in 2046, so only had 1 season, full season in the Super League before they won the league title 3 in a row. So Rosario Central with quite a rapid rise over the last 5 seasons. Also, look at this. The last 3 winners of the South American First League are Fluminense twice and Vasco da Gama. So how the mighty have fallen in this video so far. Well, in the South American Cup, River Plate have won 3 of the last 5 South American Cups in 2048, 51 and 52. But in 2049 and 2050, Atletico Paranaense made it back-to-back South American Cups for them. So only 2 winners in the last 5 seasons. 3 for River Plate and 2 for Atletico Paranaense. Well, in terms of the South American Super Cup, Curitiba won their 2nd trophy in 2048. River Plate have won 2 more in 49 and 52. And Rosario Central won it back-to-back in 2050 and 2051. So in the Super Cup, only, well, in the last 4 seasons, only Argentinian winners in that competition. So over the last 5 seasons, I think it's safe to say that the Argentinian teams have been the most successful, but not the big 2 you're thinking of. Boca Juniors nowhere to be seen. River Plate and Rosario Central are the 2 big clubs from Argentina. Also, talking of Boca Juniors, they have just been relegated to the South American First League, finishing in 17th place. But look at that, the teams have been relegated. Boca Juniors, Racing Club and Botafogo. So we've got some big teams playing in this South American First League, haven't we? In terms of other teams, well, Universidad Católica are the only representative from outside of Brazil and Argentina, from Chile in 16th place there. And actually, the big teams have changed quite a lot over the last few seasons. Got Rosario Central and Curitiba in the top 6 now in the league system. Of course, Rosario Central have done a lot better than that over the last 5 seasons. Anyway, let's go forward now to 35 seasons into the future. Will the Argentinian teams still be on top? Wow, 35 seasons in, and we have our first team to ever get to a 4.5-star reputation. And they are Atletico Mineiro. What a rise from them over the last 5 seasons. They actually won the last Super League title where we left off, and they have risen rapidly since then. A worldwide reputation and a 4.5-star rep rating. So brilliant stuff from Atletico Mineiro. The next 2 biggest clubs are Sao Paulo and River Plate, both with 4-star reputation. Rosario Central, though, are still doing very well, being the 4th biggest club in South America. And some big rises here, such as Bahia and Atletico Paranaense, both here in the top 10. Boca Juniors are still not doing very well, but they haven't really fallen that much in the last 5 seasons. So they've steadied the ship a little bit, you shall say, back in the Super League as well, but not doing much else, it seems like. Also, Corinthians are back on the first page in terms of reputation. Will we start to see a little bit of a comeback from Corinthians in the last 15 seasons here, maybe? In terms of the biggest club outside of Brazil and Argentina, that goes to Universidad Católica still, who are still in the South American Super League from Chile, of course. Well, Atletico Mineiro have a 4.5-star worldwide reputation, but they haven't won the Super League in the last 5 seasons. River Plate won it back-to-back in 53 and 54, and the latest dominant force are Sao Paulo. They have won 3 in a row from 2055 to 2057. Well, in terms of the South American Cup, Sao Paulo dominating that one as well. They have won 3 of the last 4 South American Cups in 54, 55 and 57. Atletico Mineiro have won a competition, though. They won it in 2056. And Rosario Central have won it in 2053 as well. Well, in terms of the South American Super Cup, River Plate love a Super Cup apparently. They made it 4 Super Cups in a row from 2052 to 2055. Sao Paulo won it in 2056, and the latest winners are Atletico Mineiro, who won it in 2057. Well, the reason why Atletico Mineiro have a 4.5-star worldwide reputation now is because they won the Club World Championship. They won the Club World Championship in 2057. That explains their rapid rating here, because they haven't done too well in terms of continentally in terms of the South American Super League and the Cups. Also, if you're wondering why I haven't mentioned the Copa Libertadores or the Sudamericana so far in the video, that is because unfortunately, with the league system I've created here, the Libertadores and Sudamericana aren't working in this video, unfortunately. So there's no winners of that competition in South America. Must be something to do with what I've done in terms of the video here. But anyway, in terms of the South American Super League, Sao Paulo are the latest dominant force in that, winning 3 in a row. Well, after 35 seasons played, it's really heating up in terms of the Super League trophy race here. We've got 3 teams who have won 6 Super League titles. That is Palmeiras and Flamengo, who neither of them have won Super League since 2045, and also River Plate, who have now won 6 Super Leagues as well. Sao Paulo have won 4 though. Internacional now have also won 4 as well, and Rosario Central have won 3. So not really an outright winner in terms of trophies in the Super League. Wow, after 35 seasons, what a race we have on our hands here. We've got 2 teams in joint second place with 17 trophies, and they are Sao Paulo and River Plate. And in first place, we still have Flamengo with 20 trophies. But what a battle we've got going on our hands here with the last 15 seasons to go. Palmeiras have really dried up. They've only got 12 trophies to their name, but still in contention, of course. But what a 3-horse race we have at the moment. River and Sao Paulo on 17 trophies, and Flamengo still leading the way with 20 trophies. Will Flamengo still be leading the way after 40 seasons? Well, after 40 seasons, Atlético Mineiro are still the biggest club in South America, but they haven't got that 4.5-star worldwide reputation anymore, down to 4 stars. And we actually have 7 teams again in total with a 4-star reputation. They are Atlético Mineiro, Sao Paulo, River Plate, Internacional, Estudiantes, Rosario Central, and Palmeiras. So 4 Brazilian teams and 3 Argentinian teams as well. Flamengo just outside the 4-star reputation teams. Also, Juventus are doing very well. So are Bahia as well. Cuiabá, a very been a rapid climber as well. The biggest team outside of Brazil and Argentina are still Universidad Católica. So they are rising the flag for the other nations in the video at the moment, Católica. Corinthians are, climbing slowly. It has to be said. Probably run out of time here, Corinthians. But they are slowly creeping up to be one of the bigger teams in Brazil again. Boca Juniors, though, still not doing very well, but they are in a Super League at the moment as it stands. Well, it still seems like Boca Juniors are the biggest underperformers at the moment in the South American league system here, but not as bad as Corinthians. At least Boca Juniors have chipped in with some trophies early on, where Corinthians are yet to win one, I believe. Wow, in terms of the Super League, though, Sao Paulo continue to dominate. They actually made it 6 Super League titles out of 7 seasons, because they won it 3 in a row again in 2059 to 2061. Atlético Mineiro stopped them briefly in 2058, and Palmeiras back to winning ways after many seasons. 17 seasons without a Super League title, and Palmeiras back on top in 2062. But again, similar to the last 5 seasons, it's all about Sao Paulo. They have won 3 more in a row. So Sao Paulo have now won the most Super League titles in the video with 9. In the South American Cup, Sao Paulo won 1 of those in 2060. River Plate won 2 more in 59 and 62. Palmeiras won it as well in 2058. Juventud with their first trophy, winning that in 2061 as well. Into the South American Super Cup though, and Sao Paulo have been dominant in the Super Cup, winning 4 out of the last 5 seasons, including 3 in a row now. And Palmeiras won that in 2059. I haven't counted the trophies yet, but what I can see so far, it seems like we have a new leader in terms of trophies won. That seems to be Sao Paulo. Well, the top 3 in terms of trophies won remains the same. We have River Plate, though, now in 3rd place with 19 trophies. Flamengo in 2nd with 20 trophies. But the now leader of the video are Sao Paulo, who have now won 23 trophies in total. Still, the race, though, is very much heating up because Palmeiras are making some sort of comeback as well. They've won 15 trophies in total now. What team will be on top at the end, though? Let's go forward first of all to 45 seasons. Will Sao Paulo still be dominating? Well, we have a new leader in terms of the reputation here, but we've still got 7 teams with that 4-star reputation. The new leader, though, is Atlético Mineiro, back on top again in the video. Followed closely, though, by Internacional, River Plate, Sao Paulo, Palmeiras, Flamengo, and Rosario Central. So Rosario Central, they haven't won any more Super Leagues since they're 3 in a row, but they're still doing very well in terms of the biggest clubs in South America. Some of the other not so familiar names in the top 10 or so here are Juventud, Cuiabá, and Atlético Paranaense as well. Also, Boca Juniors making a slight comeback here, it seems, up here in the top 15 again. Also, Corinthians not too far behind them as well. In terms of the biggest club outside of Brazil and Argentina, that still goes to Universidad Católica from Chile. Fluminense, the biggest fallers at the moment, it seems as well, though, now. Down there in the first league, running a 3-star reputation. Not doing very well at all, Fluminense. Racing Club as well, not doing particularly very well, with a 2.5-star reputation as well. Other than that, though, not too many changes in terms of the bottom clubs in the video. Well, Sao Paulo were on top last time we left off, but the biggest club now are definitely Atletico Mineiro. They have won 3 Super League titles in a row, and also 4 out of 5 as well. The only team that stopped them were Palmeiras, who won it in 2064, but Atletico Mineiro winning 4 of the last 5. Well, in terms of the most trophies in the Super League, it really is heating up now. We've got River Plate and Flamengo, both with 6 Super League titles to their name. By the way, Flamengo haven't won a Super League since 2044, so they have gone very, very dry indeed. We've got Sao Paulo and Atletico Mineiro, who have both won 7 Super Leagues now, but Palmeiras are on top in terms of Super League trophies at least. They have won 8 now, so we've got one team with 8 Super Leagues, 2 with 7, and 2 with 6 as well, with 5 seasons to go. Which team will win the most trophies, but also which team will win the most Super Leagues in the video? It could be any of those 5 teams. It could be another team as well. They make it 5 in a row in the last 5 seasons. Well, in terms of the South American Cup, River Plate have won 2 more of those in 2063 and 2066. Atletico Mineiro only won 1 in the last 5 seasons in 2064. Atletico Paranaense won it in 65, and the latest winners are Palmeiras, who won it in 67. In terms of the South American Super Cup, well, River Plate have won 2 more of those as well in 63 and 67. Atletico Mineiro won it in 2064, Palmeiras in 65, and Atletico Paranaense in 2066. Well, it definitely is heating up in terms of the most trophies won of the video. The big 5 teams are the teams that won the most trophies, of course. In 5th place, we have Atletico Mineiro, who have won 14 trophies so far. In 4th place, we have Palmeiras, who have won 18 trophies, although they have won the most Super League titles with 8. In 3rd place, we have Flamengo, who, despite not winning trophies in the last 10-15 seasons, are still in 3rd place with 20 trophies won. And in joint 1st place, we have Sao Paulo and River Plate, who have both won 23 trophies. So now only 5 seasons left to go. Realistically, any of these 5 teams can still win the most trophies in the video. Which team will come on top after 50 seasons? Well, the team who ends the video on top in terms of reputation are Atletico Mineiro with that 4-star reputation. But in total, 5 teams end off the video with that 4-star reputation. That is Atletico Mineiro, River Plate, Flamengo, Internacional, and Estudiantes as well. Just below them, we've got Atletico Paranaense, Sao Paulo, Palmeiras, and Rosario Central, who all seem to have fallen down a little bit in the last 5 seasons. So not looking good for them in terms of the race of the most trophies won. Also, unfortunately, Boca Juniors never fully recovered after they fell down to the South American First League. No more than a mid-table club at best in the Super League these days, although they are still only in the First League as well. Corinthians as well, they got back up to the Super League towards the end here, but the damage was done in the early stages for them, unfortunately. The team who ends off as the most successful out of the non-Brazilian Argentinian teams are Universidad Católica, still with the highest reputation from the Chilean and the other nations as well. Unfortunately, we haven't seen another nation win another trophy in the video so far, which is very underwhelming, but they may have done in the last 5 seasons. We shall check. Well, in terms of the South American Super League, Atletico Mineiro ended off as a dominant force over the last 10 seasons. I think it's safe to say, looking at this, they won the most Super League titles in the video out of pretty much nowhere towards the end here. They actually made it 6 Super Leagues in a row from 65 to 2070. They also won the last ever South American Super League as well in 2072, making it 7 out of 8 Super League titles for them to end the video. So Atletico Mineiro with a very, very strong finish. They have won the most Super League titles, I can guarantee that after seeing this here, but have they won the most trophies in the video though? That is yet to be answered. River Plate stopped them in 2071, making their 7th Super League title, I believe. So Atletico Mineiro have won the most Super League titles in the video. Also, they had the greatest sequence as well because they beat Flamengo's early record. Flamengo won 5 in a row in the early 2030s, but Atletico Mineiro made it 6 in a row in the late 2060s here. Flamengo, despite being the early dominant force, only ended up finishing in 5th place in terms of Super League trophies won. They won 6 in total, including 5 in a row early on. River Plate and Sao Paulo both won 7 Super Leagues in joint 3rd place there. Palmeiras won 8 in total, but out in front by 3 Super League titles in the end are Atletico Mineiro, who won 11 Super League titles, including 7 of the last 8 Super Leagues. So hats off to Atletico Mineiro with a very strong finish to South American Super League here. They have won the most Super League titles. Have they won the most trophies in total though? Well, in the South American Cup, Sao Paulo made it back-to-back wins there in 2068 and 2069. Internacional won it in 2070. Estudiantes won it in 2071. And River Plate from Argentina are the latest winners of the South American Cup in 2072. And in terms of the South American Super Cup, Palmeiras won it again in 2068. Atlético Mineiro made it 3 in a row from 69 to 2071. And River Plate also won that for the last time in 2072. So I'm not entirely sure here who won the most trophies. Atlético Mineiro definitely made it very tight towards the end here. I think it's between them and River Plate. I shall count up the trophies won here now, but I'm not entirely sure who has won the most trophies in the video. Well, a very thrilling race here in the South American Super League for who won the most trophies. In 5th place, we have Palmeiras, who won 19 trophies in total. In 4th place, we have Flamengo, who were very quiet towards the end with 20 trophies. In 3rd place, we have Atlético Mineiro, who won 21 trophies in total. They did win the most Super Leagues with 11, but only 21 trophies in total. And in 2nd place, we have Sao Paulo, who won 25 trophies in total in the video, despite getting relegated in the final Super League season here. Sao Paulo is still finished 2nd place with 25 trophies. So that means the most successful team of the video in terms of overall trophies won are not Brazilian, they are Argentinian, and it is River Plate. They won 26 trophies in total, River Plate. So what a thrilling race in terms of the trophies won, right down to the wire here. But River Plate just won the most trophies over Sao Paulo with 26. Sao Paulo with 25, so very consistent from them, very nice. Flamengo won 20 in total, but their last trophy came a long time ago, so expect a little bit better from Flamengo, unfortunately for them. Atlético Mineiro, always going to be hard for them, but they had a very strong ending, and they won the most Super Leagues with 11 in the video. So that is the end of the video, guys. Please remember that if you do like the video, hit that like button for me. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. And also, if you want to see a new Super League, please let me know down in the comment section below what Super League I shall create for my next video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.